Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talk show on the planet. I am your host, Michael Karvelis, and this is Daily Dive. It is Tuesday, April 21st, 2026, and this show begins now. We are live streaming via the airwaves of North American Talk Radio on YouTube. As always, thank you for tuning in, subscribing, liking, commenting, everything that can contribute to us having success, because you guys help us out a bunch. On today's awesome episode, we're going to first get to the championship recipes once again, as I will do one for San Diego and for Halifax as they made the playoffs. Then I'll get to my top 8 NLL playoff teams. Cannot wait for that. And finally, fresh fits, including the bracket announcement and who will be representing who. Without further ado, this show is presented by the merchandise found at natalkradio.us/NLL. Head over there now if you're a United States resident to pick up your playoff merchandise from the NLL. If you're from Canada, you can go there. You just can't buy the NLL stuff. You can just buy other stuff on Amazon, but it helps us out just the same, and we appreciate you. All right, folks. Let's first get into championship recipe, and we're going to start off with the Halifax Thunderbirds, all right? So, unlike before when I was doing like the cheesy cup and like tablespoon thing, let's just talk about what the Thunderbirds need to do as they march through the playoffs. I will share the brackets on screen here as we're doing this. Give me just a couple of seconds here. And I don't know why the computer does this. Here they are. So here is the playoff bracket currently. And of course, as you see, Halifax is going to take on Vancouver. And we're going to get to that in a moment. But like, just overall speaking, though, the Halifax Thunderbirds, first of all, Warren Hill has got to be excellent like he has all regular season. Now, I was expecting a fall off from him at some point. That has not happened. So, Warren Hill, I expect you to keep on being as good as you were this season. The playoffs being slower paced and more physical should actually help you a lot. So you shouldn't be getting peppered. And if you are getting peppered, maybe your defense isn't stepping up. All I know is that Warren Hill, he didn't slip up in the regular season. I don't want to see that happen now because it would be so predictable if he finally does so. I don't think it will happen because he hasn't done so yet, but that is the first step for a recipe of having a championship if you're Halifax. The second thing for them is going to be, I'll do the home field advantage. If they somehow beat Vancouver in round one, again, somehow, which we'll get to ways they can do that, home field advantage will be a key for them. Now, I expect the fans to show up in droves if they get, especially if they get past Vancouver. But this team had 5 sellouts this season in the attendance. When you get inside the nest, I've heard it's loud. So keep that in mind. But back on the floor, and not necessarily involving the fans, I think the transition game that was sparking at the end of the year with Ryan Tarafanko, with even Bo Bohunter at times, Jake Withers off the face-off, Graham Hosick. There were guys on this team. Pat mentioned that Trevor Smith being in the lineup helped them a lot the last few games, so other guys could run transition. which makes sense why it did pop off, because one of the things I noticed immediately watching those games was, man, their transition looks very good. And Pat mentioned it was the bringing back Trevor Smith, probably from health reasons. So with that being said, that transition, I'm telling you, man, Del Bianco can make some great saves. But if you can at least keep the guy guessing, that's a big deal. And not just Del Bianco, but if you want to make it through the playoffs, having a transition game that is efficient and smart, and by smart, I mean decisive, where they're not like, oh, should I shoot? Like, kind of like what Jake Naso did against Toronto. He loops around, sees them napping, and fires away. That's what Halifax needs to do. The transition needs to keep going. And I'll see another thing the Thunderbirds need to do. Well, I see two more things. First off, someone besides Clark Peterson has to step up every game. Clark Peterson has an argument that he should be on MVP ballots. And I, for my part, was an idiot and did not even talk about that the entire season. I let that slip my brain. But when you look at the fact that one Thunderbirds made the playoffs, side tangent here, and the fact that he was so far and away their best offensive player, it's like, oh my gosh, that's Jeff Teat on the Black Bears or the Riptide. Like, no one else came close to him. And so I want to take this moment to give Clark Peterson his flowers. But again, with the Thunderbirds, the last thing I'll say, I think the two main things are Warren Hill. Don't wait till now to have a stinker. I don't think he will. Folks, Micah Kersey, I know that he had to regroup the team after they traded Dawson Theed. They were 5-9 or whatever. They were so bad. And they didn't just trade away Dawson Theed. They stopped committing dumb penalties. Like, penalties are fine. It's like, okay, holding the stick or maybe a couple of roughing calls, slashing, whatever. They were disciplined. Now, there was the one game against Vancouver, which they did lose, ironically, where Non-Gun Thompson, who has been smart this stretch, took a dumb after the play penalty. If you're up 4-0 or whatever on Vancouver, again, ironically, you don't want to give them the spark they need by sending these guys to a power play. It's not what you want to do. So I think Warren Hill, and I think the decisiveness in transition, or keep that going, and I think that, forget the offensive part of it, if they can be composed like they have been showing, I would not be shocked if the Birds went on a run here. I would not be shocked if they upset Vancouver. Their camaraderie as a team, seems more impressive than Vancouver's. They don't seem to have egos on Halifax at this moment in time. I'm curious what they can do, honestly. I really am. So we'll leave that for now. Let's get to these comments. I'm coming up next to San Diego's championship recipe. Oh, there we go. He's back. There we go. Hire Sawyer. My goodness. Thank you guys for chiming in. When we come back, I will do the championship recipe for San Diego as they try to make it to the playoffs. And I will also address the new uniform deal the NLL has announced right before our show. We'll be right back, folks. You're watching Dilly Dive. Don't go anywhere.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening. You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
Welcome back to Daily Dive. I am your host, Michael Karvelis here. It is 1:12 p.m. on the East Coast on Tuesday, April 21st, 2026. We just talked about the championship recipe for the Halifax Thunderbirds. Now let's get to the San Diego Seals part of it as we are live here on North American Talk Radio's YouTube channel. San Diego has to play Colorado, ironically, in Denver to start off their playoff run in a quarterfinal. San Diego usually is on the higher seed of this and gets beaten by Colorado. So these two teams definitely have a history. Really, every matchup on the bracket is super closely matched, and every matchup on the bracket, there's some history and some blood there. So love that for us as fans, media, etc. Love that stuff. San Diego, back to the goaltending, Chris Origlieri. I don't know what got into him the last half of the season. He was way better than the first half. And I keep rewinding back to, he's got to go to firefighting training or whatever. Will he make the season? Oh, okay, good. He'll make the entire season. But oh my God, he sucks right now. And now we're like, okay, they're fine. Now, Origlieri, though, is not even the biggest person that needs to step up here. Obviously, goaltending helps, but Seals' offense was bad. They were horrible. And I think that's an issue, obviously. I think that San Diego, I don't know, Wesley Berg and Lyle Thompson, I don't know what has been up with them all season. The guys that we normally rely on to score goals have been just not doing that, for lack of a better or more respectful term. They have been bad. I'm bringing up Lyle because the same kind of thing. I know he's with Georgia. But San Diego, man, they have been awful on offense. And Wesley Berg's been the reason. Or not the reason, but Trey LeClaire has, he started off great and did not score for, games at a time. Where did he go? We know that the lefties are not very good over there. Listen, God bless Zach Currier. Honestly, Zach Currier, I'm glad that he's actually an MVP nominee this year. But Zach Currier should not be playing as much offense as he does. He has been good. Make no mistake about it. But if he's one of your primary options, again, God bless him, and he's awesome. Your offense must be bad. He should be a luxury piece. Now, granted, I know, Michael, he had the tied for third most points, but that's still he should not be part of a big three. Zach Currier should be hey, I'll get you 20 goals, but don't rely on me. But he was the opposite of that. He was one of their big three. Now, to be fair, he took the fifth most shots on goal, which again should tell you something. But it's you got to have more than that. And I'll say it, Ben McIntosh, listen, I called that over a half goal. I know, big balls for me, right? You say, this guy is going to have a goal. I know, huge. Thank you, Bet365, for that. But guys like Ben McIntosh has got to step up. Again, the lefties on this team have got to step up. So, like, now, I'm not going to let Wesley Berg and Trey Leclerc get away with this, but there is an issue with the floor balance in San Diego, okay? So that does matter. But I think Origlieri's consistency of, like, back, like, what he has been doing and that offense, if their offense has a pulse for the lefties, San Diego might become a bigger nightmare for teams than the Rock or the Thunderbirds. I'm dead serious. I'm so serious right now. 2 more comments. I mean, is it age for Berg and Lyle? I mentioned yesterday that Lyle Thompson has the least amount of goals since his rookie season. Like, Lyle had 29 goals this year. He had 27 in a 12-game shortened season. Unbelievable. But Wesley Berg, like, and it might be a floor bounce thing, but this dude went from, like, being one of the awesome 40-goal scorers, clutch guys to, like, is he on the floor? Oh, he's on the floor, but like, what is he doing? I don't understand it. Like, I feel like some guys, if they are that guy, you find a way to get your goals, like Tanner Cook. There's guys out there that get their goals, and I think Wesley Berg, I guarantee you, Wesley Berg will tell you, I think Wesley Berg would tell you, I have not been good this year, or not as good as I could be. Has to be, right? Oh, well. For that Colorado game, I know the Mammoth can survive without Andrew Q. I don't know. I feel like if Andrew Q is not back for that game, San Diego has a Captain called like a 20% chance. I disagree. San Diego has I don't know, it's 50-50, but they got a fighting chance, all right? And Coolbet has the lines up if you're in Canada. I have not looked them. I refuse to look at the lines until like I actually handicap and predict the games because it helps me with my best bets. It's like a little thing that I do. Like I don't want to be swayed one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? Anyways. All right, so when we come back, I'm going to address the Elefante in the El Room. We're going to talk about the new deal the NLL got. So like PLL got Nike. What was the NLL's response? Well, we have our answer. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Daily Dive.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Daily Dive, the only live Monday through Friday lacrosse talk show on the planet. We appreciate you tuning in. So, I want to. I'm not gonna go scorched earth here because I done my best to dig around and just see okay, it's just as bad as it looks. I don't think it's okay. Is it a that's mean? Is it a bad look? Maybe. We don't have I don't have to tell you my words. We can look it up. Don't worry. So basically, the NLL has partnered with what is it again? Their names are. Remember, we know the Castor was bad, and the NLL partnered with Capelli Sports. All right. So Capelli Sports is now going to do the review. It's not going to do the jerseys of the NLL. Now, it seems like we're going to have some good stuff. It seems like we're going to. When I say good stuff, it seems like some teams will actually get new uniforms. They should be ready, unlike the Castor. And I was curious, why on earth we saw PLL drop oh, we're partnered with Nike. It was oh wow, that's pretty good considering Castor is awful. It took a Google search to realize how bad Castor was. All right, that's how myself and Adam Levy said that from the jump, and we were 1,010% correct. All right, so PLL sells with Nike. So it appears that they, while not knowing 1,000% about the PLL deal, it would appear that Nike does not send them a bunch of money and they give them jerseys. It seems like it's kind of like a partnership where the PLL, because they are a smaller 8-team league, they pay for these awesome Nike jerseys, but there's some deal going on there, right? So the NLL and their owners who just love to write things off on taxes, and I'll use Jimmy Dowd's words, most of them don't really care about the lacrosse in their business venture like they should. Again, his words, not mine. They want money. Okay, cool. So we go and get Castor. That fell on its face. How about Capelli? Here is where my brain went. I'm not going to score start here. I just want to let you I'm being honest here. So Capelli, the first thing I did was look up reviews, and I will read these. This is when you can Google reviews of a company and the AI tells you this thing sucks. Here's why. It was a telltale sign of cash over. Let's just get to it. I'll read it to you, all right? AI overview. Capelli Sport Reviews. You can look it up on Google yourself, all right? Quote, Capelli Sport Reviews are predominantly negative, with complaints focusing on severe delivery delays, poor customer service, and my favorite parts, inaccurate, non-refundable custom orders. Now, obviously, the NLL is a league. I don't think that your startup, with all due respect, I don't think your semi-pro football team or girls basketball team is going to matter as much to Capelli as the NLL might. All right, considering that Capelli is paying the NLL, which is what the owners wanted, right? Which is fine. Now, while Capelli obviously sounds like a brand of salami or some stinking Italian lunch meat, it's a brand. Now, so that's my brain was like, okay, this is What are we doing? Then I read more reviews, all right? Shipping and fulfillment, extreme delays, with some customers reporting 8-week to 5-month waits for uniforms, often resulting in missing games. And then this right here really got me. Because, like, again, like, okay, well, maybe they do give the NLL what they want. Awesome. Let's do this part. Product quality. Opinions are mixed, with some finding gear to be sturdy, while others experience poor quality control, such as patches peeling off and incorrect sizing. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm going to love when I order my first ever Dane Smith jersey and the number falls off as soon as you wash it, or or it's like 5 sizes too small. Like, can you imagine like watching an NLL game? Like, wasn't it recently? Was it the Nighthawks when they went to Georgia? Why wasn't it like this weekend when like they forgot to pack something? Like their goalie was like I think it was a Rochester, Georgia game. Whatever it was, it I can just imagine like Doug Jamieson going out there and like his belly starts showing. Like, I'm just saying, these are not my words, these are their words, all right? Now, immediately after doing that, I did see some positive signs, all right? Apparently, Patelli already helps out USA Lacrosse. Now, if I'm Brentford or Kurt Hunziker, whoever had to do this, maybe all of them, I don't know, I probably, hopefully, consulted with USA Lacrosse, and if they gave me they're pretty good, cool, bonus points, ding ding, we'll do this. Shout out to Mario Galaxy. Hold on. Where are they at? So again, bonus points. Took way too long. Sorry. And then another good thing, which, I mean, I'm a social media guy, and I think this matters. On Twitter, Patelli Sports posted a video showcasing the NLL. So again, bonus points, I'll take it. I am going to try my best to give the league the benefit of the doubt. I know that those owners we just want to get paid. Whatever. I mean, I know some of you are doing the Lord's work promoting the game for us, but regardless of that, I think I'll land like approval rating from Michael Karvelis of Daily Dive. This does not matter. 1 to 10, I'll go with a healthy 6. How's that? Now, with Castor, it was a 1 from the jump because the rules were pick a number 1 to 10. All right? I couldn't go lower than 1. I'll go 6. If this falls flat on its face, I'm going to cry right after I go scorched earth in the air. But again, we're gonna let this play out. Some Buffalo Bandits fans have been wanting new uniforms for quite some time. Now, I also know how sports fans react to new uniforms, and unless you knock it out of the park like the Baltimore Ravens did, a lot of people are going to hate this. I'll do my best to stay positive. Comments here. I mean, I feel like you said that before I got to that point, but I'm not saying it. I didn't say it. He said it. Riding USA Lacrosse is hard work. I mean, well, I knew Castor was on the way out when the T-Birds were giving hats out at the season's final. Wow, that's not fair. Did you get a couple of them? Dang. Oh, that sucks. I mean, listen, man, I got to give a shout out to the people who are like, there are now multiple people who have signed off on this. I have to figure out the name again. On Capelli Sport. Here, I'll put that on the screen so you can see this is how it's spelled. I'm dumb. So there are now multiple people in different lacrosse organizations that say, "Oh yeah, this looks good." But again, I'm going to do this because I'm doing this because I'm honest, and I don't think it's fair to viewers to act like this is all great. I would just love to know if Brett Frood, or when I say Brett Frood, I mean person who got this thing done. The people with blood on their hands, I'm asking you, did you even try to Google Castor or this? Because if you don't, I think you're doing a bad job. And I don't think that's mean to say. I think if you could not see the moment you saw Castor that was going to fail, it is your fault. That's all I'll say. It does not take a rocket scientist or a person who's been in the game for 40 years to figure that out. But again, what do I know? I'm just a new lacrosse fan after all. Anyways, let's take another break here, folks. When we come back, I'll give you my top 8 teams in the playoffs as our final power rankings until the season ends, and we'll do like a full 14 again. And the Wings will be on there, the final one, but we'll come like a 13.5. I'm kidding. Hopefully we'll have Wings news by then. But coming up next, the top 8 playoff teams, and after that, oh my gosh, I'm like, this is like Desperate Housewives of the NFL. I saw that Mike Vrabel spoke out for the first time with the Diana Rossini stuff. Oh, I had some difficult conversations. You slept with her. We'll be right back. And stay tuned for Fresh Fits. Big announcement coming up.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening. You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
Hey, you're watching Daily Dive. It is currently 1:36 here on the East Coast. It is Tuesday, April 21st, 2026. Fresh Fits is every Tuesday, so stay tuned. Coming up next, as we will give out our final Fresh Fits of the year, and then we'll announce how you vote on that. So cannot wait for that. On today's show so far, we have talked about the You've talked about championship recipes for Halifax and San Diego. For Halifax, I said that Warren Hill's got to keep being awesome and not have a fall flat on his face game because he hasn't done so all season long. And I think the Thunderbirds have to keep being Thunderbirds and not Temper Birds. They've been doing great the last half of the year. Let's keep that up. For San Diego, it was Origlieri, keep being consistent as you have been, and someone on the left side, on the lefties, has got to step up for their offense. And Wesley Berg looks old. How is COL? Anyways, you get it. We just talked about the Capelli partnership with the NLL. I'm hoping the bad reviews on this brand do not mean the same, even though I do like the fact that USA Lacrosse and the NLL are both trying to dip their toes in the hellfire here, but we'll see if it burns them or, ooh, that's kind of nice, you know? And they hop in. Anyways, and also the Capelli Sport posted on social media, so something Castor never do. Like Castor is kind of like, ooh, you smell that? Like, get out of here, man. Anyways, God, this was terrible. Top 8 teams. There were only 8 left, and so we will adjust accordingly. And like a Dumbo, I did not make my graphic. It's fine. We'll post it later. So I'll go 8-1 here. I mean, you can't win fresh fits if you're not a broadcaster. It's not how you can't just show up to a game. I will show you on the air if you want, but that's not how we work here. Anyways, 8-1. And this hurts me because I feel like all of these teams, I see a scenario where for the first time in 4 years doing this show, every last team could win the championship. I believe that. But number 8 are the Thunderbirds. All right. That was on behalf of MJG and other people. Anyway, they're 8th because it is Clark Peterson or bust on offense. Now, thankfully, they do a lot of transition. But I'm scared if Halifax is in a game of no penalties, which happens in the playoffs, and it's, our 5 versus your 5, how is that going to look? Now, I love Jason Knox, but I compare him to a Thomas McConvey. McConvey will go on these little hat trick spurts, and then you'll never see him again for the rest of the game. Same thing with Jason Knox. Now, in a single game elimination, that's not too bad. But is that sustainable? Can other guys step up? They have to. Their settled offense has to step up, and I still am. I'm not predicting it, but Warren Hill has been so good this year. He's not going to have one bad game? I don't know, man. Now, same thing for Brad Dobson. I'll put the Swarm at 7 here. And the Swarm, listen, their offense got real cute late in the season. Now, Lyle Thompson was still not very great. Nolan Byrne was. And for Georgia, they rely so heavily on Brad Dobson. It is absolutely insane to me. It is kind of like Ottawa with Jeff Teat. Hey, stop Jeff Teat, and you beat us, and none of them can. Now, with the goalie, it's a little bit different because he is in the net. He's like that, so I get it. But Georgia, having the goalie of the year, who might be the MVP, I mean, come on. It's tough. And I think Georgia, I think the fact the game is in Duluth is a big deal. I will be there. I told the PR person I will walk there if I have to, all right? I don't care if I blow a gasket. I'll be there on fumes, taking in that Duluth air. I can smell it from here. Anyways, I think Georgia, they They have Lyle Thompson and Shane Jackson, and I think their offense sucks. Like, let that sink in. It's also not 2017, but let it sink in. Come on. Are you saying I'm getting old here? Number 6, San Diego. Listen, man, I think the Seals, you can't move them any higher because of the track record of the top 5 teams. But man, if their lefties find a pulse, it is game time. I think San Diego is going to give Denver so much hell. That will be Dylan Ward wondering if Nathan Whittam can save him. I'm kidding. I don't even think it'll be a high-scoring game. Like, my early leans on that game are that San Diego and Denver are going to have a battle, like a war. I think it'll be a bunch of defense, bunch of transition. I think the goalie that stands on his head the longest without stop breathing will be the winner. Now, it probably favors Dylan Ward. I don't know. It's a crazy scenario. But for the Seals, I think that their transition and defense can ride with the best of them. They have played, like Halifax, some really good teams really well. It's can they finish the job at the end? And that's why they're at number 6. Number 5, Toronto. A lot of people want to give this team a championship. I have seen too many times, and I'm not just playing, I don't like to just play history all the time here. Like I told you guys about the Calgary and Oshawa thing. I didn't really know it would have played that much of a factor, but it did in week 21. But I think I know Nick Rose in the playoffs. I've seen it. The outside shots. And I know I have them as my 5th best team, but I have to I have to tell people, because I know I'm talking to a lot of people who are like, oh, well, they were a top 3 team. They were the top team. Yeah, I told Pat earlier this year on Overreactions, hey, there's like 5 or 6 teams this year that their best game when they're on it is a championship team. Duh. How often does that happen? How much life on the line do you believe it's going to happen? That's my point. They had a nice run. The Rush walked them down, though. And I know that they beat the Rush a few weeks prior, sure. But that was an epic collapse in that 4th quarter. And Saskatchewan had no business coming back in that game. And wouldn't you know it, Jake Naso got an outside shot past Nick Rose. Ha ha! Funny how that works. They also rely very heavily on rookies. And if Josh Dowick and Chris Boucher and even a healthy Mark Mathers, if they're going to look up to the rookies, the Rock are in a ton of hell. They're in a lot of hell, and I think the Rush could easily beat them in round 1. By easily, I mean, I think it will be a tough game like it always is, but I can see the Rush winning by 2 or 3 goals. Because you rely so much on the rookies. And they've been good. But your team is better than that. And they have not been offensively at all. Number 4, Vancouver. I know. Whoa. Well, Vancouver, no one wants to say it. The reason why Keegan Ball is an MVP candidate is because Curtis Dixon and Jesse King have not held up their end of the bargain. There is no reason on God's green earth that Keegan Ball should have as many more points on his team than Jesse King. It does not make any sense. I don't care how good you think Keegan Ball is. It shouldn't happen. Their roster, on paper, is too good. And I think, and I picked them to win the championship. I don't think they will. And on Friday, we'll have a playoff bracket. I can see them getting clipped in round 1. And to me, I think Halifax opened the door. I think Halifax had the door let open by Ottawa, so they kind of snuck in, like, oh, look who's here. But there's no reason why I think the Warriors should have a chance of losing that game, and I think they do, because I don't know if their offense is going to gel. Like, we can't act like Vancouver has not had some stinkers. Now, every team has, but if you're that roster, you should not. Like, I loved on the broadcast, oh, the Vancouver Stealth. Man, none of that matters. It matters to the local fans. It don't matter to jack crap anything else. It does not. They stack the deck. They should be by far the favorites. And they're not. They're simply not. By Polar Bear / Vegas odds, by media, by fans, they're not the favorite. And the paper roster says they should be. That's a major issue. Like, forget the parity in the league. Bull crap. We've got a 3-time defending champion who could realistically win it. Like, you could put a survey of 1,000 people that are neutral, and they might pick Buffalo as the favorites. That should not happen with that roster. And Del Bianco did a lot of heavy lifting this year, and I think would be a sneaky goaltender of the year candidate. I don't know if he'll win it, but boy, I mean, he had to show up more than I think. When you have Del Bianco, obviously, you're like, okay, that's a great piece to have. He'll show up every game. But he shouldn't have to with this roster. Number 3, Saskatchewan. Boy, I'm telling you what, the Rush have been the Rush are my next Rochester and my next Oshawa. Like, it is unbelievable. I've said it for a couple of weeks now. Like, the fall from 10-1 is so gross. And yet, I still believe. I believe that they will win. It's just that I find a scenario where I pick the Rush to win it on Friday. I haven't done it yet. Just saying. I think their hearts and their chemistry, and again, this is all BS armchair quarterback talk. Like, how do you know that? I don't know. How do you know Michael Jordan had a killer instinct? I don't know. I'm not a therapist or a psychologist, but God bless it, if yellow makes you sad and doesn't make him sad, or how about this? If clutch does not make him sad, then that's all I need to know. And for some reason, when these games make your nipples hard, that's like used like lightly. I thought it was like something cool. Anyways, if these games get a little bit tough and your cheeks start clenching, for some reason the Rush always show up. I think that matters. I also think it matters that they had 3 guys this year? Let me see. They had 3 guys this year score 35-plus goals. Ryan Keenan, Zach Mans, and Robert Church. Pretty good. I know. Well, Jesse King scored 34, and Keegan Ball scored 40. Whatever, man. Whatever. I know. I think Saskatchewan's more put together. Or gelling better together. Number 2, Colorado. The fact that I talked with Calvin about a scenario yesterday where the Mammoth could realistically, in a lot of people's brains, maybe make the finals without Andrew Q. Now, I don't think they win it without Andrew Q, but boy, could they still buy themselves time. Shout out to Jack Hanna. I had called Jack Hanna out. I said he is not a top 25 player. I thought that Jack Hanna has a great ceiling, but he has not hit it. He has come close to that. And his offense was great the last few games. They're going to need more of that. But I think Colorado can beat you in 25 different ways, man. It is the goaltending, is the defense, the transition, the faceoffs. They've got so much things at their disposal. They're balanced on offense. Guys, they still do not have Eli McLaughlin. We also know that Ryan Lee's out for the year. And they look this good. It's really impressive. It is. And number one, Buffalo. In my head, can you imagine if Halifax takes out Vancouver for them? I don't think it'll happen. But can we just picture a scenario where Halifax drops Vancouver and Buffalo beats Georgia? That would be the easiest lacrosse 3-game series ever. Easiest. I don't care what you think of the Thunderbirds or what they could be if they're good. Buffalo would be laughing if Halifax took out Vancouver. Now, if they don't, if Vancouver does win, I still think Buffalo beats it. I think they could. Like, why wouldn't they? Like last time Buffalo played them in a game that absolutely mattered, 15-5. I mean, it was no contest, man, no contesto. It was a mismatch. Buffalo can make the best teams look stupid. It is so crazy looking back now that they put up like 15 goals on Georgia. It's unbelievable. I mean, look back at that. Like, on November 29th, Buffalo put a 15 spot on Georgia. That does not make any sense, knowing what we know about Brad Dobson. And that was when that was their first game without Kluche or Fraser, and they put a 15. Unbelievable. Yep. Surprised from a board goal standpoint, they don't want series. Listen, I'll entertain that because you said it. I'll be honest, and I know competition people don't like, oh, well, we want it to be competitive. Screw all that. I have literally bought in so heavily to single game elimination because I think if you are the best team, you're going to win. Ask Buffalo. Like, Colorado's like, oh, like San Diego's like, oh, Colorado BS. Man, screw that. Like, Buffalo taught us very quickly, if you're the best, you're going to win the single game elimination game. It just is what it is. Would things have been different in a 3-game series? Would history be a little bit different? Maybe. But man, if you can't, and again, I know from a revenue standpoint, I understand. I know CLL is already typing it up. Oh, well, I'm talking about I understand, obviously. But it's like, it's unique. And I think even if the league did make $1 billion, yeah, you still could make more money on 3-game. I get it. But that single game thing is so cool. Like, it is a fun little twist. Now, to CLL's point, I think we should have like maybe a 5-game series in the finals or 5 in both rounds. I don't know if we work up from 1-3-5 or like 1-5-5 or 1-5-7. I think obviously the arena availability and all that stuff and travel would matter. But I would like to I would like to see if they expand the next rounds, But I think so. I'll be on his side if they expand the next rounds. Like, I think one game is bad for right now because it is 3-3 after this. But if it was like 1-5-5, that would be awesome. But again, in a perfect world, I would be attractive and the NLL would play in the summer. I'm just saying. My depression is showing again. Let me shut up. Oh, man. We come back. Let's do fresh fits. And don't forget, fans, you're about to find out. We had Joe Terrence in year 1, Taylor Jensen in year 2. Who will the fans vote on this year? Find out who's available next. Daily Dive.
You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening. You're listening to North American Talk Radio, the all-new talk radio station featuring sports, movies, politics, mental health, and more. Check us out at natalkradio.com and subscribe today. Buy event tickets straight from our website to help the cause and get tickets to your favorite events for less. That's natalkradio.com. Thanks for listening.
Guys, final fresh fits of the season here. Spencer Connolly did tweet out his fresh fits, and we appreciate him for doing so. If you want to go on Daily Dive LAX on Twitter, I will repost that now. Also, Mike Straw just gave an exclusive first look at Team Creator main screen and lineup screen in Lacrosse 26. Oh, wow. That's freaking awesome. Dang. I need a PS5 so badly. All right. Yeah. So all year long, I have given out fresh fits. I have kept track of how many times a player won fresh fits. And I'll explain that more after we do this version of like our week 21 version. But just know that you, the fans, will be very excited coming up. So, week 21. Halifax Thunderbirds, I'm serious. I think Mackie Jenner hates me at this point. I really do. Because there is no reason why we're doing some crappy version of the Beatles album cover. What the heck is this? How am I supposed to think? What is this? This is worse than when the players were turned to the back. What is this crap? But because I have an eye for fashion and good looks, there he is right there, Trevor Smith. Look at that. Hey, nice little hairpiece falling down. A little bit of down low alfalfa going on. I just thought he had cool socks. I don't even want to see those. I thought Trevor had some good socks, and that's literally why I gave him the nod. Because again, I don't know what this is. How even your fans are looking like, okay, like what are they wearing, bro? Good almighty, man. That was mainly a joke, but I honestly question the integrity of a social media person. Because again, I don't forget my Fresh Fit segment. What does this do for the fans? Oh my God. Just shut up. All right, next up. Robert Hope. Again, I don't mind bus pictures, but it's such a lazy way to do it, man. Like just, hey guys, coming off the bus, bunch of crappy angles. It's not good. But for what it's worth, Robert Hope, nice look. I do like this look. Bunch of dark colors. That'll do. I guess number 18 was his college. I don't know. It was like his college number, but Robert Hope, good for him. Next up, only one could be the winner. It's Wesley Berg. It is absolutely Wesley Berg. It looks like a man who may or may not want to retire. I'm kidding. I mean, just the khaki. Uh-oh. What row? We have a loose button alert. It doesn't just happen to me. See, I keep telling people that. Can you if you rub the cursor, does it come free? I'm kidding. This is a dumb segment, man. It truly is. All right, next. I think the reason why people call it out on social media, hey, look at me I feel like they're bragging about their own style. I don't think most of these people actually watch this segment at all. Anyways, the Ottawa Black Bears, shout out to free advertising here in our deconstruction. Keep hammering away, boys. If NRD wants to sponsor me, it'd be great. But here we go. Yeah, there it is. So, by the way, I have wondered for a few years what these things are that they're wearing. Apparently, they're indigenous. Now, the beads obviously check out, so that makes sense. But it never occurred to me until Seneca Nation and Rochester leaned into it this week. But this is Reed Kurtz of the Ottawa Black Bears. I don't know who this is. I feel like if the Ottawa Black Bears were a superhero movie, I feel like this would be the villain that you don't realize until the end of the movie. Who was it? It was this guy walking behind our Fresh Fits. I don't know who that is, but he made the show. Anyways, he will never see this. That's the best part about it. It's Reed Kurtz. I like the light blue. They're walking into Halifax ready to get their you-know-what's kicked. It's easy money. Next up, Ryan Lanchberry. So Lanchberry, a little bit of dripness. A little bit of drip on the drop. A little bit of drippy around the necky. Unbelievable. I didn't realize that before. Nice liner on the dress shirts. You've got the nice backpack. That doesn't count, but good look, good suit, good looking suit. I don't know if his eyes are sparkling. I don't know if he just got out of the shower, but I feel like we can clean up the greasy look there. But no, good for Ryan Lanchberry. A little bit of it's like me making a dripping sound. We should have a water splashing sound. Is that in the soundboard? I don't think it is. Oh! Wait a minute. No way. There's no way. There is no way I just found that. Hold on. Hey, a little bit of drip, right? That's incredible. Thank you, StreamYard. Again, this segment is not serious. Jesse King should be absolutely grateful. He should be absolutely grateful here. Why, you ask? I didn't realize until after I nominated him for the Fresh Fits this week, he wore the same thing like a week or two ago. So, the same suit store that Pete Delladay and Patrick Ward took some Thunderbirds players to, Jesse King's going next. Comment real quick here. Sorry about that. Oh, yeah, it's true. So I'm sure Spencer enjoyed that that fountain. The wetness. All right. Many desert dogs will enter. Only one will win, but we all know it's Connor Kirst. I mean, sorry for this guy's face, but like this guy looks like he works for the FBI. Female body. I ain't doing that. But like the actual FBI, not that joke. It was just right there for the take. I had to say it. Hey, the reason he did though, can we take a moment of silence here to really appreciate wearing socks with your loafers? I have the confession here. I now see why they have ankles. I think the shoes are that ugly.
How dare you?
I don't know because these socks are not very good, but I would almost take blisters on my feet over this pattern. Maybe it's just a sock, but Connor Kirst. I mean, I don't think this helps my anti-ankles argument. Like we were an anti-ankle show. Yeah, no, I agree. The medallion on those over the Nighthawks were pretty cool. It matched the awesome uniform. Next up. Oh. Now, I know that Graydon Bradley thought he could get away with it. He cannot. Because that tie is tying. Unbelievable tie, sir, for Graydon Bradley. But because you are bashful, because you're like, oh my God, they're going to put me on Fresh Fits. Listen, if you're going to wear that tie, what do you want me to do about it, pal? Like, we can go out there right now. Bennett Smith, Calgary Roughnecks. You know, the first couple of times I saw the Roughnecks wear their country night, it was cool and unique. It's just like repetitive at this point. Nice light blue denim jeans. A Tide water belt buckle, more free advertising. A water jug, could just stay hydrated. Or I lied. That's not water. That's like one of those little man bags they keep carrying around. I don't think he looks like a country boy, but shout out to Bennett Smith for trying. He might be a country guy. I don't know. You know what's funny? I'm pretty sure this was in Duluth, but seeing the picture from Spencer Conley, and by the way, folks, I'm pretty sure Spencer Conley might be 5'6". I'm kidding, but like seeing Brad Dobson in this photo, then seeing what Spencer shared on Twitter, it's pretty funny. Uh-oh. No way. The fountain is open again. Yeah. At what point does the water running get weird? Let's try that again. I'm gonna put on a timer. And maybe you guys think that like I'm like being weird here. I probably am. But give me like 2 seconds here. So I'm going to here we go. I'm going to start like a little stopwatch. How long does it take us to get weird? All right. couldn't do it. It's going to sound really bad. I lasted 12 seconds, guys. I don't know if I ever want to use that sound again now. I'm sorry. All right. I mean, I can't believe we go from that to this. I'm so sorry. God crap. Come on, man. What is wrong with me? Anyways, comment here. Well, JT Flood's not here to save you, man. Come on now. So, obviously, this is a wholesome moment. He's happy to be here. I think the tie. I noticed it was raining, so we had like a lot of wet fire wolves coming into the game. That's not a joke. It's like just all of them are soaked. But Dyson Williams, the Fight For thing is is like a nice little warming prop they did. Ironically, Emerson Clark had one that says "I fight for those who can't," and I get where like that part is coming from. But then when he goes up there and to Thomas Whitty, because none of the Firewolves can fight, it was nice. But no, I like the neon green tie. I feel like both Dyson and Sean Williams have one of those. Unless Dyson stole it from his closet. What? Just saying. I want to apologize. Well, I think Scott Arnold here on the right. I think that tie and handkerchief is doing awesome. Shout out to the Tucker pin. I love that the handkerchief matches like the bright part of the tie. And I know this guy already won our fresh fits for broadcasters. I know he already won our best bets, but I mean, come on. Come on, man. Pat, you guys realize that Pat Gregoire still has a playoffs to do? He still has a playoffs to do, and he's dressing like this. Oh, man. I every time. That's happened at least 3 times this season, right? Whatever. And by the way, I was going to make a joke there, but that thing fell down. He's in his parents' basement again. Anyways, unbelievable. We'll end the show like this. So when I told Pat Gregoire and Pete Dowdy to go to the suit store, I didn't mean for Pat to get himself some new suits, but it worked out. So, here are the Fresh Fits nominees that will be in the bracket on Friday. The fan bracket, all right? For the Oshawa Firewolves, hold on a minute. Why are you not loading? I'll try it again. I'm going to have to pull it up on something else. My bad. Oh, that's brutal. All right, cool. For the Oshawa Firewolves, Mike Byrne. For the Ottawa Black Bears, Connor Kiernan. The Colorado Mammoth will be representing Fresh Fits by Andrew Q. The Calgary Roughnecks will be represented by Tyler Pace. Brett Dobson gets the nod for the Georgia Swarm. Deacon Knott gets the nod for the Philadelphia Wings. Representing the Halifax Thunderbirds will be Nagon Thompson. Saskatchewan Rush will have Ryan Keenan fighting for them. For the 3rd year in a row, the Buffalo Bandits will march out Dane Smith again. The Desert Dogs will be with Loading Lacrosse's Tyler Hammer Jackson. The Rochester Nighthawks Fresh Fits nominee is Ryan Lanchberry. The San Diego Seals, Wesley Berg. For the Toronto Rock, it'll be Challen Rogers. And for the Vancouver Warriors, Curtis Dixon. Those guys will be in the brackets. I will count up how many times they won to see who has the highest seed. I believe Dane will be the 1 seed again, but we will find that out Friday. I also, well, first of all, shout out to those guys, obviously. The soundboard has been doing the Lord's work today. Tomorrow's show, I recently had an entire gigantic awards show planned. That is no longer a thing. I still will be giving out on tomorrow's show my assistant coach of the year, my best two-way player, not transition, golden lunchbox, and breakout star. I probably won't post this on social media until the very end, but I am voting for the NLL awards this year. So I want to take this moment to talk to the three people that are still here. Maybe there's some of the replay, I don't know. But it's season 4 of doing this, my first time getting to vote. I think it's probably one of the heights, if not the height of my media career. It's something I take very seriously because I do know that with an ever-changing CBA where guys could get paid for winning awards or have extra compensation, where guys' legacies are on the line, it's very cool to me and very awesome and very powerful that I'm able to vote on those awards. So because of that, I will not be able to disclose my top 5s on those until the awards are announced. So I will abide by that rule. I want to thank the NLL for allowing me to do this. And I want to thank you, the fans, for tuning into the show always and giving us validity. So, with that being said, we'll still have a show tomorrow. We'll still give out some awards, just not the ones that I thought. And we'll have other topics. Stay tuned Thursday for a playoff preview. Friday is not only the start of the playoffs, but also the release of Lacrosse 26 video game. Until that point, we'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern right here on North American Talk Radio's YouTube channel. I am Michael Karvelis. This has been another edition of Dilly Dive. See you.